Hello, I'm Bunnery.
I'm Bread Mower.
And this is IFXtra. So, we're coming to you from a very dark and wet November day. It's very dull and horrible. Don't like it. But, you know, Christmas is around the corner. Soon we'll have fairy lights everywhere. Steve will be wearing his Santa hat.
This is true.
That'll brighten things up, won't it?
Yeah. It's just it's all rainy and cold and miserable
depressing.
Here in the UK. Yeah.
I hope it's better where you are.
It's kind of that thing where you get up and it's dark, and then in the afternoon it's dark, and Ugh.
Yuck.
But we're inside and we're nice and warm, even if we have had to put our hoodies on.
Yeah. At least we're branded, aren't we?
Exactly.
Branded hoodies.
Yes.
Available in the store, maybe.
Yeah. playinterference.com/store.
Okay, so what have you been doing this week?
A few odds and ends. The main thing is I've had to do a few updates to the Interference Android app. Not any interesting updates, unfortunately. They'll come. But basically, Google had a new set of requirements for the kind of spread of devices you're able to support. Basically, they're trying to encourage people to cut off support for old devices. Our support on Android went back to, I don't know, KitKat or something, which is really old, and they weren't up for it. And so they've said to people, you're not allowed to do any more app updates if you're supporting hardware that old. So I've had to do an update so that we can fix that. And also they complained we were using an old version of the in-app purchase system, and they were going to cut that off if we didn't update that.
So we changed that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically, you won't notice any difference in the app. But from an admin point of view, it means we're not going to immediately run into problems at the end of the month, which will be nice. We're ahead of schedule.
That's pretty cool. Wow.
But yeah, it does mean that now I can get back to updating the Android app. Yeah. So we've had a few requests for things, a few bug reports, and we're going to try and get back on top of that in the next few weeks.
Cool. Okay, right.
Ooh, hang on. I did also do one other thing.
There's more stuff. Ooh, what did you do?
I did Interference and Chill on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And drew... I didn't seem to really... A lot of the time when I'm doing Interference and Chill, my first drawing is a warm-up. It's a little bit meh. And then after that, I kind of get into it and I'm doing some quite good drawing. But I feel like I didn't really get to that point until the final drawing. I had to draw the Care Bears, and they just look wrong. The faces were too small.
I haven't seen Care Bears in ages.
No,
I can't really picture them myself.
Yeah.
Such a long time.
Apart from that video, we watched
Scottish Care Bears
the other day. What if 80s cartoons were Scottish? Anyway, I digress. But it was. It was a bit. I felt like all of my drawings were a little bit meh. I should draw more. We should all draw more.
We should.
But yeah, you can catch the replay of that over on mixer.com/interference. There'll be another Interference and Chill next Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK time. Not sure if it's me or Ferret yet. We will see. It could be a surprise. Who knows?
Okay, so talking of drawings, let's see who won this week's awards. Picture of the week this week goes to Dowdoodle for a shadow sitting on top of the barn questions his existence. I just love the use of just the greys and the reds in this. Looks amazing. Nice shadow too. Well done, Dowdoodle.
My favourite description this week was Pirate Ship, Man Sits on Anchor, Other Man Boxing a Kangaroo by Angela 1. It's a really simple misunderstanding this time. That's not a kangaroo, that's meant to be the ship's wheel. But now you've said that, I can't unsee the kangaroo. Nice work, Angela 1.
Community pick of the week this week goes to Nancy for Snowman Off Balance. I just love the shading on this and the shadows on the snow. It looks amazing and very Christmassy. Nice work, Nancy. They were amazing.
Awesome stuff there as always.
Okay, now we're going to see what we were talking about last week in the forums. So last week I asked you about sport and not many people cared, and I don't blame them because I don't like sport either. We had 1 or 2 answers. I said, what kind of sport do you like to play or watch even if you don't like playing it? And Renee said she used to like playing hockey at school. But you don't really play it once you've left school, do you, hockey? Over here it's not really a big thing.
Well, we should say here as well, we're in the UK, so when we say hockey, we mean field hockey. Because we have hockey and ice hockey, as opposed to hockey and field hockey.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
We don't have much ice hockey though, do we?
No. I have literally never seen a game of ice hockey.
Yeah, I don't know any teams or anything.
No. I did used to play. I used to play hockey at school. I was on our 4th team because I was rubbish. But I used to play for my hall at uni as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
But then haven't played since then. That was a long time ago.
Dodgeball was a favourite. I didn't even know what dodgeball is.
Yes. So
have we ever played dodgeball in this country?
Dodgeball is something we don't have here either.
No.
I don't think I ever played it at school. So I had to explain to Bunnery quickly. But the gist is, it's sort of like you've got a load of people running around on the pitch, and then there's people who are. It's a bit like TIG. Tag, tick, whatever. But instead of tagging people, you lob a ball at them.
That sounds dangerous.
I assume there's some sort of rules, like it has to be kind of like torso. Yeah, fair point. I don't know. Actually, I hadn't really thought that through. But yeah, so basically, if you get hit by a ball, you're out. And then yeah. But there was a film.
I know about the film, but I've never seen that either.
We should watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Just on a very quick tangent, this is almost like a discussion we were having on Interference and Chill about differences between UK and US, where you don't realise that things are different in other places. I was saying how it never really occurred to me, the idea of if you go to a different city in your own country, needing to change your watch because you're going into a different time zone.
No.
But if you're in the US,
in your own country,
that probably seems kind of sensible, and the idea of the whole of the UK being in the same time zone seems weird.
Oh, okay.
Like, I never realised until a few years ago, Americans don't do Guy Fawkes Night.
No, they don't.
Because why would they?
Nothing to do with their history at all. Their big firework night is the 4th of July.
Yeah, which we don't care about. Yeah, so it balances out. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. But yes, dodgeball. We should do that. Moo Moo Milk's dodgeball. They had a version called Doctor Dodgeball, where if hit you get frozen, and each team has a designated doctor who can unfreeze their teammates. Okay, that's quite cool. Bringing a bit of tactics. Yeah.
I thought she meant that, if you get hit, you need a doctor.
Well, quite possibly, yeah. Yeah, we should watch the film. I mean, I don't really play or follow traditional sport anymore. I mean, we've watched some of the CS:GO championships.
Yeah, we can watch that.
Yeah, we watched those live at EGX one
Bananas in Pyjamas, awesome team.
Yeah, we saw Bananas in Pyjamas versus...
Who did this? I can't think of who this were.
I can't think of it. This was a few years ago. Yeah. But yeah, I've watched a bit of competitive Apex and stuff like that. Yeah, this is relevant to my interests. I had this discussion with one of our friends who said, what esports, it's not real sports because you're just watching someone play a game. It's stupid. And it's like, oh, wow, how's your professional football career going? It's like, well, football's different because, because you watch someone playing a game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Again, we're in the UK, soccer.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see what we're going to be talking about next week.
Would you rather the aliens that made first contact be robotic or organic? Which would be less likely to wipe us off the face of the planet? Tell us why.
If you'd like to chime in with that, then just head over to the general discussion forum. It's the pinned thread for the week, so you'll find it at the top of the thread list.
Cool. And don't forget, tomorrow night is quiz night. So if it's a horrible night, it's dark and cold, stay in, play the quiz with us.
Feel free to do it even if it's not a dark, horrible night. Yeah. That's good too.
Yeah, true. So who won last week?
Well, last week we had Dr. Ridout finishing in first place, on 197 points. Ooh. Then we had Jess in second place on 192, tied with Phantom. And Ferret was in third place on 183.
Wow, so no one got over 200 last week, so it must have been a hard one.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's a little bit easier this week, actually.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
If you've not joined us for one of these before, every Sunday at 7 p.m. UK time, over on mixer.com/interference, we run Zeitgeist, the interference quiz of the week. It's basically a bit like a pub quiz or like a TV quiz show, except instead of shouting at the answer, instead of shouting at the TV when you know the answer, that makes more sense, you can actually play along against the rest of the audience. And we talk about leaderboards and things. what we do is we give you points if you're right, and get bonus points if you're the fastest correct answer. And then we add it all up. Yeah.
Got some interesting rounds which are influenced by drawings that I like in interference this week. So I've chosen my 5 artists.
Yeah, so I don't see any of the questions or the topics or anything ahead of time.
No.
But are you going to tell us who the featured artists
Go
are?
on then. Okay, this week I have chosen art by Christine M. IG. Maga Kayagua. That's a newbie. Mighty Mo, one of our favourites. Snickerbar 41 nickel. Is that how much Snickerbars are? 41 nickels.
I don't know what a Snickerbar is.
And Sopho. So yeah, we've got some interesting mix of styles there. And
is that like a Snickers? Like
yeah, I guess a Snicker bar is a marathon, yeah.
I like how we both practiced saying Magakegua, and then
we couldn't do it. Magakegua. I can say it now.
Yeah.
If I hear someone else say it, I can say it.
Magakegua.
Yeah. It's pretty awesome.
I'm going to have to keep practicing that for Sunday.
Yeah.
So if you would like to join us and show off your quiz knowledge, then as I say, every Sunday, 7 p.m. UK time over on mixer.com/interference. If you're worrying about time zones and all that, the easy thing to do, look at the interference front page, playinterference.com, or in the app, and there'll be an advert, and it will have a little timer at the top saying live stream starts in 15 minutes or whatever, and then just rock up when that happens. Alternatively, if you go to mixer.com/interference and press the follow button, you'll get a notification from Mixer. Or if you're on our Discord server at playinterference.com/discord, we do have a schedule channel on there, and you can turn on notifications for that. And Ava posts into there every time we start a stream.
Cool. Okay, that's all this week's news. So it just goes to say,
yeah, if you're not already taking part in the game, then get involved at playinterference.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at PlayIFX or on Facebook at PlayInterference. We've also now got a Patreon page at patreon.com/interference if you want to give us a bit of monthly support for the ongoing maintenance of the game, adding in new features, working on the quiz, looking after the cats, and all of these other things that we do.
Absolutely.
We really appreciate your support.
We do. Okay, we'll see you next Saturday.
Yep, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.